to look at some formulas for going from standard to vertex form. We have this question, it's in standard form, and this is our common way of writing standard form where we replace coefficients and constants with variables. And this is the form we want to get it into, which is known as vertex form. You'll notice here, this stands for the x value of the vertex, which is also the h value in vertex form, is equal to this formula. So when you're coming from standard form, you can plug the values into this formula and get a number for h. Same idea, the y value of the vertex, which is k in the vertex form, is equal to this formula. So you can take the coefficients and constant from standard form, plug it into this formula, and get a k value. And finally, the two a's, they're the same. That's the simplest part to solve from any of these. So the very first step here is identifying. This is the a value, this is the b value, this is the c value. Okay? So when I go to write my vertex form, I already have an a value. We know it's -2. That's pretty simple. I got the very first number here. The next things we need to do is figure out what an h value is, and then finally what the k value is. So our very first formula, I'm going to say the x value of the vertex, which is equal to h, is equal to negative. I'm going to take our b, which was +8. So we plug in +8. And that's all divided by 2 times whatever our a value is, which we already discovered to be -2. Okay? And we're just going to evaluate. So this becomes -8 over, that becomes -4. When you divide two negatives, you get +2. So do be aware, when I go to write +2 in here, because of that negative, it's going to look like a -2 in vertex form. So you already have that number. It's pretty simple. The last step is to do the y value of vertex. This formula is a little more intense. It's also equal to the k value, and we're going to plug directly in. So we're looking for c first. C happens to be 10, so we're looking for 10, subtract, and this is a fraction, 8 squared divided by 4 times -2. I'm going to try to do this all in one line. It'll be a little tricky. It's going to be horizontal. I know we're not too used to doing that with our mathematical equations. 10 is subtract 64 divided by -8. Okay. If I keep moving, that's going to be 10 subtract 64 divided -8 is -8. This is the equivalent of writing 10 plus 8, which is equal to 18. So our k value here is just 18. So using those two formulas, we've converted from standard to vertex form without having to use that completing the square algorithm, or without having to go to factor form and then back again.